Hi guys from the City University of London. Today with me Ypatios Moysiadis. Ypatios is a very successful entrepreneur. Ypatios, you have been in projects with worth with a value of over $1 billion already. Can you tell a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me. It's excellent to meet the billion magnet. So I've been in the cleantech renewable energy business since 2007, and throughout my career, I've worked on projects along different countries, Eastern Germany, in Italy, Greece, Netherlands, UK, and overall, if you put all the projects together, they actually do mount over 1 billion in project value. And if you can somehow quantify that, you could say that these projects are actually capable of powering up a city like Manchester, just to put it into perspective.
Wow.
So yeah, I've been very privileged to work with, in large companies in the sector, also work with small developers, see the innovation, and just make something which leads into, let's say, the 21st century change when it comes to the electrification of our society.
As far as I know, you built 33 brands, right?
Yeah,
And one of them is the Cleantech Geek,
the
right?
Cleantech Geek, yes.
So
yes.
tell me about Cleantech Geek. What is it about?
So throughout my career, I've been working in different projects. So yeah, we've built about 33 different brands, either product brands or service brands or corporate brands and so on and so forth. Lately, what I've decided to do is start investing on a personal brand as well, if you would like. So merging my two interests, the entrepreneurship and sustainability, that's where my intersection is, if you would like. I've decided to create the Cleantech Gig blog, or the Cleantech Gig, if you would like, avatar, where I talk about things both on the entrepreneurial way as well as on the sustainability cleantech way, and trying to marry both with a simple message, really. You can make money while saving the world.
Yeah, the topic of this YouTube channel is about doing the impossible. And when you talked to me and said, this is what I do the Greentech and I make money with that, or I allow or I make people make money with that, this seemed impossible for me. So can you explain to me how is it possible to do business and be green at the same time, or to make money and be green at the same time?
Yeah, I think that when we talk about clean tech or green tech, people actually associate that with the generation of energy. But clean tech is something wider. So clean tech is anything like a process, a product, or a service that essentially minimizes the negative environmental impact of whatever we do. All right.
Okay.
And if you look at how the whole thing is set up, you've got the energy generation, which actually consists just of 25% of what clean tech is. So cleantech is touching transportation, electric vehicles, shipping, airlines that they go electric. It touches heat. It touches agriculture, which is a massive issue. So how do we eat? And how do we create this kind of triple bottom line approach where you have an ethical impact, you have a commercial impact, and you've got also a monetized impact as well. So it's a combination of that. How do you do that? I think we see more and more the pressure from different peer groups and from the different people and voters in different countries that the sustainability agenda should become a core agenda within our life. And we've seen so many different innovations in our sector, people that are tackling waste issues, people that are tackling plastic issues in the oceans, people that are tackling the electrification of our society, both the transportation and the heat, or people that they tackle the generation, the electricity generation. It's not a matter of a choice. Do we have to do it? We have to do the impossible. We have to make the change because the clock is ticking and we're running out of time. All these kind of situations we see. A couple of weeks ago, 20 degrees in London, or tropical storms in Southern Europe, in Italy, in Greece. This is not normal. So we need to act now. So why don't we make something which has an impact and also try to make money out of it. And this is the best of both
the
worlds.
words. Right. You were talking about the triple bottom line, and this is really interesting because the first time I heard about that was actually from a billionaire, from Peter Stordalen. He is called the Hotel King. He owns around 200 hotels in Scandinavia, the Choice Hotels. And this is what he implements actually in his hotels, this triple bottom line strategy. But you have created several multi-million-dollar companies, and I would like to hear about your success secret. What is the most important thing you have learned in your businesses, and that made you come up with these apparently profitable ideas?
Yeah, I would say that I helped create multi-million-dollar companies throughout my career. Of course, I am a seed investor and I invest my money into Cleantech companies. So I have currently, I hold equity and I'm a co-founder in about 3 different businesses based in the UK, all in the Cleantech sector.
What are these businesses? Maybe you can...
Yeah, so the latest, if you would like, addition to everything is EnergyBit, which essentially it's a company that gathers all the data from the generation parks, from wind farms and from solar farms, and then through advanced analytics and artificial intelligence, it helps the asset owners make more informed decisions about how to manage a generation plant, an electricity generation plant, which is exactly what it is. So it's capitalizing on the data and then the use of data throughout the value chain of a project, and then what else can we do with that? How can we help National Grid or Ofgem or the DNOs or different organizations to make more informed decisions about the trading, the exchange of energy, and so on and so forth. The other 2 are more traditional businesses. One is a typical installation development business, Powers Unlimited, and then we've got Energy UK, who essentially acts on 2 ways. One as the legal entity which takes the equity share in different businesses, but also has a very dedicated arm in research and development. So we do a lot of work with organizations like Innovate UK with Horizon 2020 from the European Union, driving forward innovation within the clean tech sector.
Wonderful. So coming back to your success secret.
Okay. Success secret. I think that if I look back, I think that one of my main drivers coming from a northwest area of Greece, living in a very environmental poor area where you had the open pit mines, extracting lignite and coal and then burning it. And I remember my mother getting off every morning to sweep the dust and have people dying around because the cancer rate was about 40% more higher than in other regions. And I thought to myself from a very young age, it must be something else that we can actually do to make things more sustainable. This is not the only way that we should be producing energy. So I think this was my very first call to arms and action. And success, I think, one of the, if you would like, secret is...
So you have this mission in your
It's a mission.
Heart,
It's
right?
a mission. It is a mission. I think it's something where you can actually motivate others to join. It's a novel cause. And I haven't found someone yet that says, what you do is, is trivial, it's just pure commercial. So what I do has to have that kind of impact into everybody's life.
Apparently.
And if I can put a little brick and add to, making things more sustainable or delivering a better future to the next generations, then I did my part.
Okay. What about the most valuable lesson that you have learned in your careers so far? Is it something in entrepreneurship? Is it something you would like to share?
Absolutely. I would split it in 3 different points. Number 1, embrace failure. So learn from your mistakes. Don't afraid to make mistakes. Try and try again. And that comes into the second point, which is perseverance. If you believe in something, you need to attack it, from different angles. It doesn't matter if you pivot. It doesn't matter if, you go back a bit, rethink, and then go ahead. That's
Attack
normal in
again,
business.
right.
But if you have a goal, just go for it and try your best.
Okay.
And I would say the third bit is to create around you an environment which is creative, which perhaps you've got people that can assist you to your goal. So build up the advocates, build up the team who can help you grow as a person, and also put forward your agenda.
Okay. One last question about Greentech, about Cleantech. You invest also in Cleantech. You invested, as you said, in 3 different companies. Why is it wise to invest in Cleantech? Why does it make sense from the entrepreneurial, or let's say, an investment point of view?
So that's a very interesting question. I think that we're in the point now that generation from renewable energy sources is becoming mainstream. According to Bloomberg, by 2050, we're going to have 65% of the world's energy being generated by onshore wind, offshore wind, and solar. Mainly solar. Electric generation. Mm-hmm. And if you combine that with everything else that is happening, the electric vehicles that have been introduced, the electrification of heat, the smart networks and grids around the world that is being built at the moment, the increase in storage capacity, where you have storage to supplement when wind or the sun doesn't shine or the wind doesn't blow. You've got saved energy there where you can pump into the grid. So all this kind of combination, the technology leaps that we've made over the last 10 years is allowing for a new way of investment to come in life. Up until now, the sector was heavily subsidized. Mm-hmm. So it was, it made sense for someone to invest, because essentially you had, governments offering you a 25-year or 20-year government bond in a sense. You had a revenue stream which was extremely secure and forecasted. Now we've reached a point that the levelized cost of energy of solar actually is the lowest we can have. It's lower than coal, it's lower than nuclear. And now we're going into a more mature, normalized market where you have to start trading energy. So you can build sites and you can start trading energy on a wider scale.
Okay, so it's not, it won't be that regulated anymore and so on. So
no.
It will be more entrepreneurial.
So you leave the governments and the policy makers aside, and you have a more mature market. You can start investing more. But also, if you combine that with all the other opportunities, as I said, the artificial intelligence, the data analytics, the electric vehicles that we're going to start, coming into our lives more and more, and looking at what is coming ahead of us. I mean, just in Europe, we're looking at 320 gigawatts of installation in the next decade. That's the equivalent of about 160 billion in investment only in generation in Europe. If you start adding China and US, it becomes a global must-be sector for any serious investor.
Just for understanding, let's say globally, what's the percentage of green energy right now?
Right now, I don't have the figures in my head, but I think it's no more than single digit right now.
Okay, so
and we have to go from
10%. Okay.
We have to go from a single digit to 65% in the next 40 years. So if you're not in that game, I think you're missing out.
Right, because it means also that the other energy sources will be probably shrinking, right? I mean, relatively for sure, but maybe also absolutely. Okay, so people very often ask me about what to invest into. Greentech would be, or Cleantech would be a good opportunity. If somebody wants to inquire about investment opportunities, how can he find you? How can he contact you? Or about this topic generally, where to find you?
So someone can actually reach me through my blog and contact me, or my social media. So if you visit cleantechgeek.com, you will have the opportunity there to come in contact with me, or I'm visible in all the major social media platforms. So feel free to drop me. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything.
Wonderful. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Ypatios.
Excellent.
It was a pleasure meeting you. See you from London. Have a nice day. Let's do something extraordinary today.